So some machining work today. Wibbly wobbly idiot vision. This is wibbly wobbly. Hey, we feeling sick yet? No, maybe not. So what are we making today? What we're making today is we are making inserts for skis. I'm a skier. I do quite a lot of skiing in the winter, work on the slopes and all that. And one of my big fun things that I do in the winter is cross-country skiing. Not Nordic, but you know, put your skins on your skis, climb up, ski down. Ski touring, or skimo as the Americans call it, I think. So anyway, I've got some very old skis, and I've got very old bindings at the moment, and I've just managed to get myself some somewhat newer bindings. And it's time to re-drill my skis, take the old bindings off and flog them, and I'm going to put inserts in the skis so that I can move my bindings from one pair of skis to the other, because I've got several pairs. Now, inserts cost a bloody fortune. What they are is a piece of 8mm stainless threaded rod with an M5 thread dropped into one end, about 9mm long, and they will cost you about €1, €1.50 each. For a pair of skis you need 18. So I need at least 36, which means that it's actually going to cost me quite a lot of money if I make them, and a length of threaded all thread in stainless is €10. So I'm going to be making some of these. So this is all a bit bulk. Now I could cut these off in the lathe, but it's a pig to do. So what we've got here is my little cut-off tool, which is a great big washer with M10, M8, M6, M5, M4 and M3 threaded holes in it, and you pull out the length that you want, run your grinder across it, and that will take off the length that you want. It's a dead handy little tool. So we're going to get on with that. I'll get these lengthed off to rough length. It'll take them to about 10mm, and then we'll build it off to the lathe to take them to proper length in the chuck, and to drill them with the tapping drill, and we'll see how we go from there. Right, and here we go to take them off to 9mm. I've already done one side. Got to collet with a depth stop.
Repetitive and tedious, but easy.
Right, there are times when nothing wants to work. What happened was that just after I shut the camera off last time, I noticed that there was a slightly warm electrics smell, and that's generally not a good thing. So a bit of a look, and sure enough, the motor was warm to the touch. So stopped working, had a bit of a think, and started thinking about the fact that when the VFD was starting the motor up, the motor was kind of kicking around a bit before it started up. I figured, okay, well maybe I've got the XYZ and UVW on this motor switched, which happens and is a possible source of problems. So thought we'd have a look at that. So swapped over XYZ UVW. Went to there we go. Is that the right size? Yes. XYZ UVW, so swapped them over. Went to recalibrate the variator, got the high speed running, that was okay. Went to calibrate the low speed running, and the variator went pop. Let out some rather foul acrid smoke, which was not good news. So that was a week ago. a week ago, a bit more than a week ago now. And I've just spent a certain amount of time rebuilding my rotary phase converter so I can get this back up and running again. So yesterday, Sunday, spent a bit of time looking at the command on the lathe, because the rotary converter is now working. Started looking at the commands on the lathe, so I had to start pulling apart all the wiring that I'd done to get it to work on the VFD. At which point I just ran a quick check over the coils on the motor, but at the other end of these wires, and the results were not what I was hoping for. I'm not sure if the variator hasn't actually taken out the motor. That is, well, there was some significant adult language, let's put it that way. Oh, come on, you bugger, get back on there. So I'm now disconnecting the wires, just in case it was the wires that are causing problems, and we're going to have a quick shufty at the state of the windings. So, I don't know if you're going to be able to focus on this, but the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the, can you see that? Don't know. Well, we'll check. I'm going to check the windings between themselves. 6.3 ohms there. Because I was getting odd numbers. If it's just the wires, I'll be well happy. Oh, come on, get in there. 3.6, that's not good. 7.5 there, these are not looking good, not numbers that are looking good. Bearing in mind this is a Darlander motor, they should all have the same resistance between them. 7.7, 4.3, oh Christ, okay. 6.5. Interesting. Now, just for shits and giggles, let's see what we've got between windings and carcass. Okay, well, that one's giving me out of range. That's good. Ah, crap. Yeah, okay, I've got windings that are shorting as well. That's not good at all. Oh, bollocks, 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 bollocks. Yeah. I've got kilo ohm resistance between the windings. Yeah, 300 and odd kilo ohms between the windings and the carcass. Something somewhere is shorted. Oh, bollocks. Right. Oh, there we go. I'm going to have to move the lathe. I'm going to have to take this whole block out. I'm going to have to get the motor out of it, which is a fun job. And I am going to probably have to get it rewound. And that is going to be sodding expensive. Okay, great news. So, for the moment, machining has stopped. Bugger. See you later, kids.